right, now listen, this is the intermission time. This is intermission time. Judges, please tally up your score. Y'all can get to the bar, get you something to eat, take you some pictures. They keep the noise down a little bit, because you got a little down here. The light done fell. But we got some entertainment for y'all. We got two boys that's gonna hit the mic. Just to live y'all up doing the intermission. So first I need Miss Shaniqua Taylor to come up here and hit this mic real quick.
That was some theme music right there.
How's everybody doing? Not part of the competition, just here to entertain you guys. This piece is my signature piece. It's called Elements of Truth. Elements of Truth. My children, you have all been left to guess righteousness from wickedness, so who among you will take a stand for one? While political correctness is exalted on all fronts, who will bear the weight of persecution for just one chance? And revolution. If our honor is lost, it's our seeds who pay the cost. So judge not, lest ye may be judged. Preachers, propaganda teachers, and all who operate as if above this earth's creatures, use mathematics as your tool. Men, lay down your pride. Women, push vanity aside. For your knowledge of this world and her universal laws are found in the Quran and Vedas without flaws. I see war without just cause. White men, black men, we attack men like men without knowledge of ourselves, like ignorance not always being blissful, and ideals not always being wishful. The meek shall inherit this earth. And their lust for truth will bring a revolution of religious devotion. They'll cry for absolution, seeking who to find as the blind lead the blind, and the difference in good and feeling good let they undefined. So I run like a man. If that's politically incorrect, the elements will never genuflect, and the truth shall never bend. Our children are confused. They're bitter, they're bruised, they're ignored, they're bored. Can't you see? It's not about your boogie or what you think you know. But once you've lost humility, you've lost all ability to grow. Who among you will rise and challenge the old institution like ignorance not always being blissful and ideals not always being wishful? Here is the revolution. Thank you.
That was all right there. That was good for the intermission. We got one more intermission piece for y'all as the judges get their last little Hey, listen here, I made a mistake. Listen here, if you did write it down and you tried to remember it, that site is candymodels.net. That's candymodels.net. It's all on Facebook right now. It's on my wall. Check it out. It's on my status. I'm going to send it to all y'all too. But I don't even know half of y'all. It's all right. No. So I need my boy Chris up here to drop piece real quick. No, I did not. Are we talking about this morning or are we talking about right now?
Okay. Right here? Okay. I'll touch the mic. I just do it with no hands. Nah. Thank you all for coming out to our event tonight, our college contest. I thank you so much for coming out and supporting, being Terry with The Voice Entertainment. I'm going to share a couple pieces with you all. One piece you might have heard before, but it kind of collabs with this new piece I just wrote the other day. The first piece, it goes out to my father, okay? Throughout all my life, I've read so many books, some of them titled Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the fatherhood principle, how to be a father. Well, I'm not a father, just a child who grew up without a father, so it may seem strange to you that I even bother. But you see, I do care. Despite the man who was biologically my father didn't care enough to be a part of his offspring. As a man, I realized the potential I bring. Love, life, humility, dignity to what would be my offspring. I'd have been happy if my father would have opened my eyes up to at least one thing. But just because the man that wasn't there doesn't mean that the man that stands here won't be there. For that baby that cries in the middle of the night, that child who performs in that first play and catches stage fright, that little boy who gets in his first street fight, or that little girl I might have that's gonna fall in love on first sight, I'll be there. I can't speak for your life, but I can speak for mine. I didn't realize the impact of a single parent had on me until about the age of 9, you see. I grew up fortunate enough to be less fortunate. I had a lot of the things the other kids had, but I didn't have a lot of the things the other kids had. Let me explain. My mother was great, the best thing I ever had, but I never had a father at any of my games, which is one thing all the other kids had. Having no father meant the more he was absent, the less options there were. I chose between cold showers and no showers, couch or the floor, fast food or no food. Though mother was a fantastic cook, but she worked 2 jobs, so when she got off, she was never in the mood. When she raised me to be a gentleman and taught me never to be rude. But there's only so much I can learn from a woman and not a man, like how to open doors and hold a woman's hand, or how guys express themselves to women, which is one thing only a man can understand. At one point, I said to myself, I scratched my head, I said, crack in the 80s is to blame. No, not really, because he was a grown man, so there had to be a sense of accountability, yet this drug took over his mind and left him with no sense of stability, making him brain dead to all his responsibilities. But I tell you this story just to tell you one thing. Please, men, please, be there for your offspring. And I am the fatherless child. Thank you. So this next piece was kind of inspired by that first piece. So growing up the way I did, this is my story, you all. Growing up the way I did with no father in a single parent household, I look at men and what we do, like I think about what men are supposed to do idealistically, then I look at what we're doing realistically, which are 2 different things. Okay? So as a man, I feel like I'm obligated to make it right. And the only way I can make it right is I make sure that there's nothing unsaid. Nothing unsaid. Kind of like there's no rock unturned, and there's no woman in the crowd that has not been burned. When all the women who have been mistreated by a man, please stand. As I look in the crowd, I see no woman still sitting, but men are supposed to be protectors and providers and accusers and liars who are scared to admit it. Scared to admit the pain I've caused, the obvious flaws, all those times I put you through the dramatic withdrawals. But I had no reason to neglect God's first gift to man. You helped me stand, restructure my plan, and most importantly, you'll stay with me until we reach that promised land. Sometimes I'll ride in the car with the radio off, just to rethink what I thought, take back that liquor I just bought, because it's the second reason why I'm cheating, but the first reason why I got caught. As God seems to send a new test my way, I seem to fail and fall into temptation each and every day, wondering when that one day is going to come and God's going to say, hey, my son, you must never again pass this way again. You have used and abused this gift I've given you, and you clearly don't appreciate. I built man only to demonstrate my image, which is pure righteousness. Preposterous how we play with women's emotions, play the good guy role by going through the motions, look her in the eye, declare true devotion just to get in her mind so we can send her body into convulsions. Crazy as it may seem, I oftentimes dream of that little perfect family with that little white picket fence, but the problem is I stopped praying for it after my first girlfriend, so I haven't been blessed with it ever since. But we as men need to listen to the instructions that we've been given and find a woman whose life is purpose driven, take some gentleman courses, and then let her come see how we live in. But the problem is we have prolonged an action that's been so wrong for so long that when women see us, they assume we're going to do wrong, and they dealt with that for too long, so now they only kick us to the curb and wave to us, so long. So every morning I wake up, I thank God for the gift He gave us, and I try to drift and reshift away from the man I once was, because a woman deserves a man who's gonna hold her tight, never leave her sight, do everything in his might, and I am that man. But I just need to make it right, and I am Chris Wiley.
Well, you boy, hey, boy, you been holding back. You been holding back on this cool. Cause I got some things in my pocket I ain't released yet either. Wait till next time, I got you.